Hey everyone, Tony here. Today I want to show you guys some of my Street Fighter comics. Street Fighter 6 recently came out. If you're completely unaware, that is a video game. Yeah, I'm a big time Street Fighter stan. Like, it's kind of my thing. Uh, so Street Fighter 6 came out about a month ago ish, so figured now is as good a time as any. So if you're into this, let's do it. I'm gonna start off with a couple of my oldest ones. In fact, I think these are my oldest. This is from something called Malibu Publications. I don't think they're around anymore. This is Street Fighter number one from Malibu, the first fight in issue. And this is the gold edition, limited to 18,000, which in terms of print run is actually not that high, even though it sounds high. So this is the gold foil, right? There's also just a normal version. The hottest game in the world is now Malibu's hottest comic. It's like, if it's the first fight in issue, how do they know that it's the hottest comic? Like, didn't it just come out? Anyway, I guess I'll take this time although if you're watching this video, you probably know this. But Street Fighter, when it first came out, basically in the West, in America, actually three of the original characters had their names switched. So if you're an American fan, you probably know this guy as Balrog and this guy as Bison. But actually, in Japan, he is known as Bison, or M. Bison, which is short for Mike Bison. I'm sure you can get the reference. And he is known as Vega. And then the guy that American fans know as Balrog is known as Vega in Japan. And the reason that they did this was they did not want any potential legal action from Mike Tyson, because there's this boxer character who is clearly supposed to be Mike Tyson, and they didn't want Mike Tyson coming after them for having a boxer named Mike Bison, so they just switched the names around. Okay, so that's number one. I also have the number two gold. And this was a short 3-issue run, but I don't have the number 3 because I want to get the gold one. I had a chance to get the normal one, but I was like, yeah, I'll just get the gold whenever I can. I've got this as a random number 1, Street Fighter number 1 from Image Comics. And Image is not publishing Street Fighter comics anymore, but I guess they did back then. I think this is from 2003, if I'm not mistaken. Already 20 years old, this thing. And let's see here. This one's cool. This is from Free Comic Book Day. It's a little cool because it's smaller than your average size comic. This probably came out around the time Street Fighter 4 came out, maybe. Let's see here. So I guess, like I said, Street Fighter 6 came out recently, and I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play it, unfortunately, but I'm gonna try to find more time for it. So I guess I'll show you guys, but I should say I am picking up the current run of Street Fighter 6 comics, which is going to be 5 issues, I think, so the last one still has to come out. But I got the number 0, this was another Free Comic Book Day thing. And actually, my LCS, that is my local comic shop, their thing was, if you just went into the shop, you got like a bag of a few free comics in it. But if you spent like basically $20 or more in the shop, you got to pick which ones. And I really needed the Street Fighter 6 number 0. So I decided to play it safe because I didn't want to leave it up to chance. So I spent $20 in the shop and I picked this one up. So I guess it wasn't really free, but you know, what is? And then here's the number one of the regular run. These are a little bit bigger than usual. They each have 48 pages. So number one. This is the A cover, I think. Well, whatever. A cover, I think. This is number two. B cover. Usually I like to be uniform about the covers, but especially if they're like the same artist. But for these, because I picking them up as they come out, and they're pretty popular, especially here in Japan because Street Fighter's Japanese. So sometimes I just like I gotta get what they have because they sell out pretty quickly, at least at the comic shops in Tokyo. So the number three, and then I also got yeah, I had to do it because like I said, I'm such a stan, so I got the number one variant cover. My comic shop had one, and I got it, the foil Chun-Li kind of homage variant. And I say homage because this is the box art for the original Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and so it's kind of similar to the Chun-Li image on the box. So had to get that one. It was like $20 or something. Okay, I guess I'll show you guys. Why don't we do, like I said, I'll probably split this into like two parts if there's enough interest, just because. Why don't I actually do one-shots and then we'll end the video? So I pick up, there are a fair amount of like Street Fighter one-shots that I pick up. These are all from Udon Publishing, which is like the main, basically exclusive publisher of Street Fighter comics at this point. Although I think is it IDW, or they recently dropped like a Street Fighter TMNT crossover, so I guess they have the rights to Street Fighter 2, but so yeah, I get these. This one came out recently, this Masters Chun-Li one-shot. So the Udon they usually do like running Street Fighter series, but they also do a lot of these one-shots. Here's something called WrestlePalooza. And Street Fighter Akuma versus Hell. Another one, another name thing. Akuma, which means demon in Japanese. He is actually known as Goki in Japan, which means like it's basically the same thing. It means like fierce demon or something like that. But this one's cool. Akuma versus Hell. And I got, let's see here. Yeah, I guess we'll just end it there. I might do some more comics for part 2. Want to keep this video under 10 minutes. Yeah, stay tuned for maybe part 2. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.